Mount Meharry, Western Australia's highest mountain.
Hell yes.
Steep, dusty, rocky, challenging.
Let's look it.
The reward for the risk are views you will only get from the top of this mountain.
Top of WA!
But it's not that simple.
Every single time you drive up there, it gets worse and worse.
Kind of looks like it's changed a bit since last time, Ronny.
That's because no one grades it, no one gets a bulldozer up there to flatten anything, and we just passed a chap on the way in. He couldn't get past the main climb. This is serious.
Not to mention, I'm taking this on with the kids.
You're still the right way up?
It's not intimidating until you get really close to it. Well, here I am again, about to climb Mount Meharry, first time and then 76, and first time for these two, to the tallest mountain in Western Australia. Definitely time to air down now. I think with these old technology 70 series, corrugations like this, when the window's halfway, you can easily knock it out of alignment, and then you've got to pull the door skin off to realign it.
And I've had to do that plenty of times in the past.
It's a hot day today, so I think we'll go to about 18 psi all round. The chap we passed on the way in, he didn't make it up the scrabbly bit. Just picturing what he would have gone through, spinning tyres, fight for traction, putting a lot of stress on the driveline.
All things I've experienced here in the past.
This track is definitely not for the faint-hearted, so nice and steady, low tyres, that's how we need to get up. I've noticed the troopy's been in auto on the auto manual locking hub. We need to put that into locked because this is serious forward driving. If Chris in his troopy should slip backwards and then surge forward again, that will induce shock loading to the forward drive system. So we've got to put it in locked.
So with the vehicles ready to start climbing,
See this? This is the Pilbara.
it was time to hit the track.
It's iron ore. I think we've got about 10 kilometres till we reach the base of Mount Meharry, and then the climb begins.
With the track on the way in being quite rough,
Track risk area.
you tend to get used to being thrown around.
Narrow, rough, unmaintained track ahead.
But every now and then, you gotta look out for the big washouts.
Holy dooly. That was a bit more than I bargained for.
You right, kids? You're still,
You're still the right way up?
The Pilbara
You guys see that?
is full of surprises.
What is that? What?
No, not that. Back there. It's amazing what you find in the bush. Makes you wonder how it got here. Was it just abandoned? I was just trying to figure out what type of plane it is as well. You're flying, you ready?
Yeah.
Tell us where you're going.
McDonald's. Macca's.
All right, you're coming in for landing. Often you'll drive past things and you'll get a glimpse, and because of all the dust behind you, you're kind of reluctant to pull up. But I just encourage, maybe every now and then, pull up, go back and see what you've spotted. You never know what it is.
Enough time looking around, we've got a mountain to climb.
Right, so that is Mount Meharry there. So we've got to drive that ridge line, and then there's actually, I think it's over there.
There are many smaller climbs on the way to the bigger climbs, and even the smaller ones
Oh my god.
This hill's a bit rougher than I remember.
pose a bit of a challenge.
No, this is not a beginner track, that's for sure.
Wheel placement is key, and look at how much those tyres are stretching. We'll definitely learn a lot about how capable the vehicles are on the way up.
Yeah, look at that. It's not intimidating until you get really close to it.
This gets the adrenaline rolling.
How will those skinny all-terrains go versus my fat tyres?
See how you go.
I always seem to be the guinea pig, like the
Well,
Simpsons.
you want to get the shot from the top, and you have driven this before, otherwise I wouldn't be letting you drive up first.
Good luck, mate.
Skinny tyres rule.
I'm just in first gear low. Just putting up.
There you go, skinny tyres.
Yeah, they're good. I reckon Ronnie's going to change to skinny tyres after this.
Yeah, I don't think so, no.
Bit of a jump up coming up. Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she's starting to get a bit steeper. All right, we're up at the jump up. Kind of looks like it's changed a bit since last time, Ronny. Oh! Oh! Bloody loves it. We're up past the jump up.
Very nice.
It's going to send the action cam down. Hopefully it works and arrives. We've got to send this back down to Ronny because we're minus cameras, so let's see how we go. Oh, how good's that? See you later. Good luck.
We can see it. Let's see it.
Coming down.
One action cam delivered.
All right, got the camera back. My turn to drive up.
So we are locked front and rear. Not too much slipping going on. First gear low is all you need here. This is where it's going to get a little bit serious. So one wheel at a time here. Hold on to your hats and horses. There we go.
Bit of a wheel lift there, and it was at this point I noticed exactly where this guy
Just past the chap on the way in. He couldn't get past the main climb.
ran into trouble.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. This is serious. There's a clear indication where he didn't make it in this spot here. He's done all the right things, but when he's come up here, he's come across this way a bit, and I reckon he's just been sliding. He must have ended up somehow over here. He's been sort of stuck here with the back tyres down here and there, and the front tyres have been skidding up here, and then he's had to reverse through this section, and that is quite scary. He may have gotten up and he kept trying and persevering, but he's probably done the smart thing really. At the end of the day, if you're struggling to make something like this and you're by yourself with your kids, just pull the pin. Unless you have to go that way, risk versus reward. That was a big wheel lift. I've lost my line now. I'm actually pointing and shooting now. Let's front lock her out. Help us turn, there we go. Definitely on this section here, you do not want to be following another car too closely. If the car in front doesn't make it, because you can't get around them, and worst case scenario, the car ahead of you rolls back at you.
Let's see how the bloopy on his skinny wheels handles it.
Different wheelbase, different behaviour.
Interesting to see. Ronny's got a little bit more grip on his tyres, so there we go.
Looking good, mate. Beautiful.
That was cool.
Now you might have skipped leg day, but you can definitely walk. Honestly, that's one of those situations where if you got lockers, it makes it a walk in the park, but without lockers, it's a complete different story. Lots of frills, spills, lots of risk.
And not the kind of risk you want to take when you got kids on board.
All right, we're nearly at the top, guys. Just think no one else in the state is going to be up higher than what you guys will be in a moment's time. This is never gets old, this view. Never disappoints this place. Right on cue. Oh, look at the view. Ooh. Hey, what do you reckon? Look at that.
Here we are at the summit of Mount Meharry.
This is epic.
The girls are blown away by the views, and I know it will be one of those moments they'll always remember.
Look at my hair.
That time Dad took us to the top.
Oh, I washed it this morning.
The views are nothing short of spectacular, and they've been different every time I've come up here. We've got one more thing to do before we leave the Pilbara,
What do you reckon, guys? Is this worth it or what?
but that's going to have to wait until next time.
This just kicked up a notch. This is so cool. I ended up expanding my swag.